Hey guys, in this video we're going to go over the Dolphin Premier and the Dolphin M400. Basically, we're going to compare the two units in terms of their design, physical design, features, as well as price and what you can get a better value out of in your personal, what you are looking for in a Dolphin pool cleaner. So let's get into it. First, we'll start with price, because I think that that's a pretty important topic when it comes to the Premier, especially. So the MSRP on the Premier is $12.99. That's what Dolphin says it should sell for. The MSRP on the M400 is $15.99. So keep this in mind when looking at the Premier. The $12.99. If you can get it for $12.99, then I would say consider it. I think the M400 is probably going to be a little bit of a better value. So let's look into the design differences. So the Premier is a bottom-loading design from 2008. They haven't really changed it. Basically, to clean it and empty it, you've got to flip it over. You basically take the bottom off, and that's where the filter bag or the cartridges are going to be. This unit still uses the filter bag design, which pretty much every other Dolphin has gotten away from at this point. It does come with cartridges as well. It's a weird system of how they did the cartridges on that unit. The M400 is going to be a top load design, so the cartridges go in the front and back. Pretty simple to clean out. Other than that, design wise, the Premier has two motors. So it's got one drive motor and one pump motor. The M400's got two drive motors and one pump motor. So you'll see the M400 is split down the middle. When you look at the brushes, down that middle piece here, it's split. So that means the left and right side can turn independently from each other, compared to the Premier, which is going to be going forwards or backwards, kind of like in a zigzag formation. Other than that, those are the two biggest things. Let's compare the features here, the key features. Pool coverage, both these units are going to do the floor, wall, and waterline, which is good. That's pretty much every Dolphin that is made for an in-ground pool will do floor, wall, and waterline. There are some models out there that do not do all three. I know the CC Plus only does the floor and the walls. It won't get up to the waterline to do this waterline scrubbing. So keep that in mind. We already went over the motors, the 2 versus the 3. Another thing to consider is the M400 has 3 brushes overall. One in the front, one in the back, and also one in the middle. The one in the middle spins at a higher rate, and it's made out of a different material than the front and back. They call this the active scrubbing brush. Which does do a solid job scrubbing, especially on non-vinyl surfaces. Even on vinyl surfaces too, I would say that it does do a good job scrubbing. If you've got like stubborn stains and stuff like that at some points in the year. Cycle times, you've got a 3-hour cycle time on the Premier and a 2.5-hour cycle time on the M400. Most Dolphins have a 2-hour cycle time standard. So these two units are a little bit off in terms of that. The M400 will cover your pool in 2.5 hours. The Premier will cover your pool in 3. I think that's just a term in terms of how it navigates the pool. It's going to take the Premier a little bit longer. What else? The Caddy. The Caddy is something that people don't really think about. But the Caddy is not included with the Premier. The Premier, you just get the robot. The M400 includes the Caddy at $15.99. So in the box, you're going to get the Caddy with the M400. The Caddy usually sells for like $159 to $200, I believe. So that's an added value to that unit. If you subtract that from the price of the M400, you're looking at, it's definitely going to get closer to that $14.47 that we've been seeing on Amazon. So that's something to consider. The Caddy is underestimated. Some people are like, oh, I'm not going to use the Caddy. One thing to consider there is if you're pulling out the cleaner out of the pool and you need to move it and you're not going to have a bathing suit on, getting that to wherever you need to get it to store it, you're going to get soaked. So the caddy is nice for that. The caddy also holds the power supply and the cable, which will help with the tangling issue. A lot of people will just throw the cable anywhere, and that's what is one of the major causes of tangling when it comes to cables. So that's the caddy. Wi-Fi. The Premier does not have Wi-Fi. The M400 does. So you are going to be able to schedule everything from your phone on the M400. You're going to be able to manually control it with your phone as well. And you're going to be able to see when it's full. The filters are full. If you ever get to a point where you have a pool dirty enough to fill the actual filters before the cycle is done. Filter design, we've already gone through that. Bottom loader on the Premier and the top loader on the M400. Filters included. Both models will come with fine filters and ultra fine filters. Fine filters you're going to want to use for when your pool is pretty dirty, for the bigger debris. Ultra fine filters are what you're going to want to use when your pool is clean. That's going to get the stuff you can't see with the naked eye. In terms of weekly timer, both of these will have a weekly timer. So that's also something to consider. So, in my opinion, at $15.99 and the current price of $14.47 that some online retailers are doing, the M400 is a no-brainer. You get the Wi-Fi, an extra motor, an extra brush, a caddy in the box, and I think that's it. So 4 big things that are huge. Wi-Fi is also pretty big in terms of added value because they value the Wi-Fi pretty expensive. I think it's like $100 if you really break down the features and stuff. So if you're looking at the Premier at $14.47, I'd go up to the M400. If you can get the Premier at $12.99, then it's something to consider. But at that point, you might as well look at the S200 because the S200 goes for $10.99, and that's going to have the basket design. It's going to have the same amount of motors. Both don't have Wi-Fi. Both don't have the caddy. The S200 is a better model overall compared to the Premier. The only thing that the S200 doesn't have that the Premier does is the 36-month warranty. The S200 only has 24 months. But still, which I want to make a video in the future. If you really take care of these things and you know how to take care of them, you shouldn't run into any warranty issues. If it's a warranty issue, it'll show itself within the first couple months, if not the first couple weeks. So that's also something to consider. Other than that, that is the video between the Dolphin Premier and the Dolphin M400. Let me know if you want to see a comparison video between the Premier and the S200, because that's also pretty, it's a pretty popular comparison. So other than that, if you found this video helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. It is a huge help to me. I will put in the description where you can get both of these models. And be sure to check out the one video I have on the channel that compares all the Dolphin models available out there in the year of 2023. There will be a link to that as well on the end screen of this video. And there are coupon codes in that description, in the comments section of that video for some Dolphin pool cleaners. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. Other than that, I hope you find the Dolphin that you're looking for, and I hope this video helped. All right, see you next time.